Hey guys, Chris from the Ultimate Recycler. I'm in my shed this evening for a quick repair job. A customer brought this into the shop and said, I hear you fix things, and gave me this. I'll show you what I have to do in a minute. Hopefully it's a quick job. I wasn't going to film this, and I thought I might as well film everything I do with regards to repairs, because there's always something different happen. And a lot of people do like the thought process of how I work out what's wrong and whether it's right or wrong. And I also get some great suggestions in the comments about either what I could have done better or something I didn't know about it. I've never seen one of these things before other than on TV. It's a Revitive circulation booster. You put your feet on it. I guess it has some sort of vibration effect. It has a remote control and a power pack. And the problem is the socket where the power pack plugs into has disappeared. So presumably it's just pushed into the case. I don't know if something's broken or not. So we'll pull it apart. We'll see if we can work that out, see if we can fix it easily. It also is pretty dirty, so I'm just going to clean it up for the customer. I said it's probably only going to be about 10 bucks or something. I didn't think these things were very expensive, but I had a look online, and even secondhand they sell for over $100. So it's obviously worth getting fixed. So let's pull it apart and see if we can fix it. Okay, well, usually I would plug something in first to see exactly what it's doing, but obviously in this case we can't plug it in. So we need to get into it. Now it's going to come in apart in halves. What's in here? Some little pieces and some ties and a little plastic piece. No screws though. So I'm guessing the screws are under the feet. That's normally where they hide them. These glued on? They are glued on. Well, it probably wasn't glue, it was probably like a sticker, and yes, there's screws under there. So we're going to have to glue these feet back on. We can't reuse that. So it's like a double-sided tape. So I guess I can maybe put some double-sided tape across there. That's probably enough, because I don't really want to glue them, because then if it has to come apart again, it's a real hassle to get into it, and sometimes the rubber breaks up if it's glued too well. I guess you can buy double-sided tape circles. I hope I've got some double-sided tape here. But we do need to take all these off. I guess we could probably smear a bit of silicone, Celastic or something. It's kind of almost would be the same result. Okay, so the feet are all right. And now we can get to the screws, and they are standard Phillips head, no security screws, which is good. All right, oh well, there you go. It's not even clipped, so it's easy to get into. Just it's hard to see how it could be a very valuable item. There's not much to it, really just two big plastic discs. Anyway, here's the socket, and it's broken the surround off. So that presents a bit of a problem, I guess, because the surround is the part that kind of holds it in the slot. It's broken the outer one off. So we need to secure that somehow so that it doesn't push in again. Where's the plug? Over here. Might be pretty firm. It is. It's pretty firm to push in. Yeah, it's not a loose fit, that's for sure. So what's happening now is that, well, and probably why it broke the plastic, is it takes a fair bit of force to push that in, and it's just going to push through. Okay, we have to come up with some way to fix that. There's no problem with the actual housing. It's just all broken here. I don't know if I've got another one of these. What's the chances of having one with the same shape? Pretty remote, I would suggest. I'm not sure if I could buy one. Or can we fix this somehow? We could glue it in, possibly with some JB Weld. And in fact, if we smeared the JB Weld right around there and sort of puttied it level, that would form a new lip as well as glue it in. I think that's probably the best way. It doesn't need to be able to be taken out. It may as well be one piece, part of the casing, because if, well, the wire's unplugged from a circuit board anyway, and you could also unsolder them. And if it actually falls apart and the back breaks out of it and you need to replace it, well, yeah, I guess there's a bit of a problem. You'd have to maybe grind it out or cut it out or something. I think that's unlikely. The socket still seems fine. It's just the mounting flange that's broken. So I think I'll mix up some JB Weld and glue it in. Okay, I just had a thought. Rather than glue the old one in, I should see if any are available to buy. And it's interesting that you can just about find anything online these days, and especially with eBay. Now, when I used to be in my small engine repair shop way back in the 1980s, you had to get on the phone and ring a company, and then there was a minimum order, and it'd take ages to get to you, and it would end up costing a lot, and you just would not bother for a little part like this. But I found them online, a pack of 2, and there's $7.55. I'm assuming that's for the pack each. Anyway, hopefully it is. I don't want to spend too much on them, but there's plenty available. They're in Australia. They offer free postage, and I've also, in their description down here somewhere, they give complete dimensions, and I've measured it up with the one I've got, and it's exactly the right one. So we're better off getting a new piece that we can just slot straight in rather than gluing the old one in. If I had to have it fixed quickly, yes, I've given you my my option for repair if it had to be done tonight. The guy said there was no rush at all, so look, we might as well just order a part. If I get 2 of them, I'll keep one in stock. I might have a need for one in the future. So there we go. I'll buy one of these now. Hopefully, let's go through it. Hopefully it's one pack gives you 2. It's a little bit confusing there. $7.55 each. Look, ultimately it doesn't really matter because I'll probably never ever use the other one anyway. If I happen to, well, that'll be great. But I'll basically just charge the guy, I don't know, probably $10. It probably seems a lot for the part, but then again, he hasn't had to go to a shop or order one himself, and I'm not making very much on it, and it enables me to do a good repair job. So if I get 2, well, I've got 1 to keep as a bonus. All right, I'll click buy it now and get it on the way, and we'll get back to this repair when it turns up. So it's been about a week and I've got this part in the mail. Well, I'm assuming it's this part. It's a huge envelope, but it feels like there's 2 little sockets in there that I need. So I obviously got 2. It did only cost me the $7, whatever it was. Interestingly, the postage he paid is $1.20, $2.10, $3 postage he paid. Plus he lost fees from eBay selling these, so there can't be a lot of profit in it. Now, you'll notice I'm opening the envelope or the package carefully. I wouldn't be the ultimate recycler if I didn't want to reuse the padded envelope. So let's not tear it up. So that will be fine to reuse. The stamps actually haven't been cancelled. I don't know why they don't do that these days, because technically I can reuse that postage. They used to cancel them with the stamp. They don't seem to do it anymore. Okay, here's our little parcel. So a power socket panel mount connector, and there are 2 of them in there, so that's cool. I'll have 1 spare for maybe another repair job down the track. A little bit tricky to get into. So there we go, there's our little socket, and it should fit nicely into that slot. Well, the measurements are the same, so it had to. Excellent, that's good. And perhaps with the new socket, the plug might even slide in a bit more easily. Now, it's pretty firm, but that's not bad. Yep, so it shouldn't put too much pressure on the sides of the socket. So that's going to go in there nicely. All we need to do is to get the soldering iron warmed up, transpose those wires across, making sure we get the polarity right. So it's easy to see the red one's going to go at the top and the negative is going to go to the back. So I'll go and do that now. Then we can plug this little connector back onto the board and put it back together. And there we go, the wire's plugged back in, the little connector's soldered securely with the polarity the right way. Now that that's all assembled, we can just put the unit back together And we'll have to either find some double-sided tape or a bit of silicone to glue the feet back in. And pretty well job's done. We'll give it a test once it's together. With the screws back in and the cover put back on, I've just grabbed some double-sided tape from Christine. And I think we'll just stick probably a couple of strips on. Should be plenty to hold the feet. And that way we'll be able to get into them easily if we need to in the future. There we go, that should be strong enough to hold the feet in. That'll be good. And the unit is now back together, and you can see I gave it a bit of a clean up. It looks much better than it did when it came in, and the power supply should be right to go, so let's plug it in and make sure it works. Now, where was the socket? Here we go. So that's fitted in nice and snugly, and yeah, beautiful. So let's power it up, see what it does. Okay, power on off. Excellent, we have power. I don't know how it works. I probably don't need to know. It looks like we have a timer. And you can adjust the time, I suppose. Sol. Oh, you can obviously vary where you want the vibration body. And it alters the counter up here. Auto mode. And I assume it vibrates. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it's a heater type thing. Maybe it doesn't vibrate at all. Maybe it's some sort of ultra high frequency. Oh, something beeped. It's on auto mode, but I don't know if it's supposed to be doing anything. It's not getting warm, so I don't think it's a heater. I don't know. But that's not my issue. I fixed the problem that it came in for. So I'd say it's good to go. We can take it back to the guy tomorrow. And I'm going to charge him $10 for the socket, $10 labour. I get a reusable padded envelope. I get a spare switch for my stock, which I'll probably never use, but, you know, hey, maybe we will. And hopefully a happy customer, because it saves him throwing it out and buying a new one for 20 bucks. I don't think most repair shops would even say hello to you for 20 bucks these days. I'm happy that I've saved it. Are they getting warm? No, I don't think so. I don't know how it works. Let me know if you've got one and if they're any good. Okay, curiosity got the better of me. I went and had a quick look at a YouTube video on how these things work. I thought it might have been some sort of massager where these pads sort of moved around or something. But no, they're like electrical pulses. And I can't feel anything, like it's not moving. And if I press a little firmer with my hands, I can feel these really weird electrical pulses running up my arms. And if you press a little harder, it's like a wave of, oh yeah, that's weird, right up my arms. I can feel all the muscles twinging. So it's rather weird. That's set on 35. It does go up to, I think it goes up to 99. But in the interests of my heart health, I'm not going to put my hands on there when it's up to 99. Anyway, it appears to work fine. And the problem that it came in for is fixed. So, very good. I can take this back to the shop tomorrow and he can come and pick it up. Okay, so there we go, guys. Another productive night in the shed. It probably took me longer to clean this thing up than what it did to actually repair it. As you can see, very simple repair. Pretty much anyone could do this if they put their mind to it. So they're satisfying. It doesn't have to be complicated to be satisfying. I'm sure the customer will be happy. He'll probably spread the word that I fix things and I might get more work, but I'm not unhappy about that. I guess I can always say no if I get too snowed under, but I do just really enjoy fixing things. So there we go. I'm going to charge him $20. So I've made something. I've got a video. So with all you guys watching it, I'll probably make more than $20. I would hope so. So thanks for watching. Thanks for all your support. I appreciate you all watching. sometimes watching outside what you would normally watch, but I do really appreciate some of the comments I get. I remember someone watched a TV repair video once and said they had absolutely no interest in what's inside a TV, but they were mesmerized. So that was good feedback. Thank you guys. We'll catch you in the next video. Bye for now.